Good morning, guys. Welcome to another episode of Tall and Taller. Happy spring day, spring game day. We're in for an eventful day. A lot of hopefully really good football outcomes in the big house today. Um, got a little bit to talk about today. It's just going to be me on today's show. Ben had to his computer decided to finally take a crap. So it's going to be me for a little bit. I'm just going to go over a few things, just talk about the spring game, just talk a little bit about the Michigan versus the NCAA update we got the other day about the recruiting violations, and talk a little bit more about maybe some Dusty May stuff, how he's been cooking lately, and we'll get right into it. So what we'll start out with today, guys, the NCAA, I believe it was earlier this week, come out. Um, Handed out their punishments to Michigan for the Burgergate recruiting violations during COVID back in 2020. All this is what's really started about this time last year, is when it all come out about it. NCAA come back to Michigan, and while really it was more of an agreement from what we've been told, is 3-year probation, fines, recruiting restrictions, and 1-year show cause order for the coaches. All honesty, I mean, kind of what I figured we'd get. Maybe I didn't think we'd get 3 years probation, but the fines, recruiting restrictions, I figured maybe get 1 year of probation to it, but we don't. It's not a big deal. All in all, as we all know, it's still a nothing burger. There isn't nothing there, and obviously nothing's going to happen. Um, and now we wait for the NCAA to finish up their whole Connor Stallions interview and be able to talk about that. Um, Other than that, with that situation, guys, now it's ride it out now. That's out of the way. One less thing off the backs of our players and our coaches that have to think about. Um, just be smart within those 3 years probation. Don't do anything dumb, and everything will be all right. Um, but that was just quick thing on that. I do want to go to the spring game. Spring game majority is what I want to talk about today. Um, Michigan spring game today is going to be a good one. Defending national champs have finally taken the field again. Um, what I was going to ask today was, hey guys, what's everyone looking for scoring or to be seen on Saturday as we take the field? For me, I got four things I'm really looking at. Two big ones: quarterback play, offensive line. Quarterback play is our biggest question, really, and so is our offensive line play. Who's going to step up at quarterback? Will it be Orgy? Will it be Tuttle? Will it be Jaden Davis, the freshman? Um, or will it be someone else like Jaden Denigal or Warren Davis or someone like that? Who's going to step up and play? It'd be interesting to see how long maybe those top quarterbacks in our depth chart get to play today. I think it'll be possibly a little different from what we've seen because we don't have anybody that is solidified starter yet, like how we had with Cade and how we had with JJ. Um, but I'm looking forward to really seeing how Orgy and I really want to see Orgy throw the football. We really haven't. I know we've seen him throw in the spring game a few times, but that's really what bothers me with the quarterback situation is I don't know what we can do and if Orgy can even throw the ball, which I guarantee he can. I'm not saying he can't. We just haven't seen it. All we've seen him really do is run. Um, but and in all honesty, if I had to pick, I could hopefully I'm proven wrong today. I don't think Orgy's a starter come September, guys. I don't. I could be completely wrong. And remember, I have zero insider knowledge. I have zero anything like that. This is me just talking and having a good time talking sports. Um, I think Jack Tuttle to me, I think could be your number one. Even a Jaden Denigal. But I could be completely wrong. I think Tuttle to me is my favorite to take the starting quarterback job this spring, unless we pick up some transfer. Um, Next spot I want to look at is the offensive line. Offensive line play is going to have to be big today. Not today. I'm sorry. It's going to have to be big to see what happens to it. Um, Who's going to step up, guys? We lost six guys with starting experience last year, and Carson Barnhart, Darius Henderson, Trente Jones, Keegan, Trevor Keegan, Zach Zinner, and Drake Nugent up front. Man, that's a lot to lose. You pretty much lost your whole entire. You did lose your whole entire original starting five on that front line. Um, but it should be interesting to see who steps up at that position. If our offensive line will be where it's been the past 3 4 years, um, where it's right down to the end if they're going to win the Joe Moore Award. I think what they finished second last year after winning it 2 years before that. We're in for a show. I mean, who's going to take those spots? I think we have the kid from Northwestern coming in, and then um, well, shoot, what's his name? Hinton is going to get his opportunity. But all those spots are up for taking, is what I'm saying, and I want to see this team fight for them. I want to see the team be able to, hey, keep that flow that we've seen over the past 3 years of wanting to win for the team, the team, the team. I hate to go back to that, the team, the team, the team, because it's so corny, but it's just the way that this team is built and was played around for the past 3 to 4 years, where we've been treated wonderfully with three Big Ten championships, a national championship, three college football playoff appearances, beaten Ohio State 3 times. We've been a dominant force in college football, and the offensive line play has been a big reason for it. Another one, RB2 position, right there behind Donovan Edwards in the backfield. Um, who's going to step up there? We've seen Mullins last year play quite a bit, so it could be him. Will it be? We really don't know. We should be able to see a little bit more today. It would be someone else like a Cole Cabana, Benjamin. Franklin? Who's it going to be? Pick up that RB2 spot and get a good amount of carries. I would really want to see Donovan Edwards get carries he deserves. How Blake did last year. I think Donovan can really have an explosive season if he gets the carries as we seen last year. He didn't really get the carries that he got even the year before that in 22. And he still had a pretty decent season, but he's big game Don for sure, showing up in the big games like Penn State last season, and the Natty right away, 2 rushing touchdowns, like 45 plus yards. So RB2 position is going to be interesting, but that all flows right in with the offensive line play. Those two are going to have to be compatible together all season, just like they have been in the past few. Really, since Harbaugh's been here, we've had a good run game. On the defensive side of the ball, there's really one position I could really say two, because that cornerback two position is really up for the air right now. But another place I look is linebacker play. We lost Junior Colson and Mike Barrett. We do have some players that I think can easily step in there with Ernest Hausman and Barnum, the kid, the Mary transfer from University of Maryland. I think they're probably your locks to get two of them, but I don't know if being a lock in that position is good, because I mean you got some young players with some big talent like Jalen Hood, who's been talked about, Micah Pollard, and Jimmy Rolder. Jimmy Rolder seems like he's been on the team for a minute. I swear I've seen his jersey for a while. But they'll all be battling for a spot too. This is not this is pretty much any spot on this team, really, other than that cornerback one position, running back one, um, and then your two defensive tackles. I think all of that is up in the air on who can start and who wants to start. It's all going to come down to who comes out, plays football, wants to be here, wants to be at Michigan, wants to play football for Michigan, and wants to give Michigan 100%. Um, but yeah, that's it. That's what it's going to come down to. And I mean, I'm also excited to see how this coaching staff works with the team, works together. I know they're doing the coordinators, the coaches, and all that same way we've done it for a minute at Michigan. But it's still going to be interesting. I mean, Sharon Moore, really hope if he does it like how Harbaugh was, it's pretty much hands off during the spring game, lets his assistants run the show. Um, but I'm still interested to see how, um, you know, Campbell calls the game on the offensive side, or how Wink is going to be calling the defensive side. Um, Seeing how even your GAs and all that are very interflowing with the team and with all the other coaches. It's going to be interesting because that's another big question. I mean, losing Harbaugh, yes, we got Sharon Moore, um, but Sharon's going to put in his own tactics. Probably not a lot. It's going to be different from what we've seen over the past 9 years with Harbaugh, but can't say otherwise. Um, but yeah, I guess so. The spring game, I'm excited for it. I think y'all are excited for it. Um, I know a lot of you guys are probably either already at the big house tailgating for the spring game or not. But hold up, before I do this, I was about to do something to help everyone out. I do want to just go over the rosters real quick. The blue roster. Oh, come on. There he goes. So you have your blue roster. I know it's kind of hard to see here. Um, but not, let me pull it up. Um, so, I mean, you have Barham, Jay Sean. Let's see who else that's where Jaden Davis is going to be. That's where Alex Orji is at for your quarterback position. Um, that's where Derek Moore. It's just some names that I see just quickly looking at. Samaj Morgan's right there. Oh no, I'm sorry, not Samaj Morgan. Um, who else did I see? Michael Pollard, as we talked about. Should be interested to watch him. Who we got at wide odds? We got any wide odds? Blake. Oh, there's one right there. Blake Frazier at the offensive line. That's another name you could see. I think take up like a Trevor Keegan position. Um, who else we got on the blue team? It could be Peyton O'Leary, Tyler Morris, who I'm excited to see. So the blue team's kind of got the quarterback. Has two of the possible starting quarterbacks next season there. And now the Mays roster. You have Josiah Stewart on the edge. I think could be big. Um, Kendrick Bell, Micah Pollard, Jaden Denegal at quarterback. You also have Warren Davis on this team. You also have Jack Tuttle. Um, who else? Eden No. He's supposed to be another up and coming name. Samaj Morgan is on here. Kenneth Grant. Um, guys, I think we're in for a good game. You're in for the defending national champions to go up and back and forth together. Um, I I think this is going to be. I mean, you're watching the national champions play a game of football against each other. I know it's not the same team as last season, um, but they are still the national champions. No matter who wants to hear that or not, they don't want to hear that. Um, it is what it is. Um, a lot of people are thinking. I was thinking about really after we won the national championship. We've lost a lot. Are we going to be a 4 loss team again this season? I've slowly transitioned to, I think we can still be a very competitive team. I think we could very well be a 3 loss team this upcoming season, but I don't see that 100%. I think even as a 3 loss team is a very good shot. You could still get in the playoffs, but I think we're a 1 to 2 loss team again this season. I don't think we run the table again. That's hard to do. One season, let alone two, let alone three, to run the regular season table. Um, but for that part, I think um, I think I'm done with the spring game portion of the spring game. Talking about the actual game, I'm excited to see it. Kicks off today, guys, at noon Eastern time. Gates are opening at 11. I know a lot of you guys are down there. There's a lot of events going on today. So if you're here for the weekend, I know Friday's already passed, so y'all won't make it to softball, baseball games. Um, But a lot of events going on this weekend. This is just some PSA stuff I wanted to put out for you guys. Let me take this off the screen real quick. Um, Parking information, guys. So public parking is free and open to the public starting at 7 a.m. There will be no parking available at Pioneer or U of M, the golf courses. So don't expect to be parking there. Any available parking lots in and around Michigan Stadium own the property. University of Michigan will be free and open to the public at 7. Guys, expected to fill up very quick. There is a free shuttle from this location at Briarwood Mall. Shuttle will be pick up at 10 a.m. and drop off 1 hour after the spring game ends. You can park Brown and Mays lots on South State Street, south of the New Michigan Stadium. University lots W39 and W40 at S 5th Avenue and John Street, north of Michigan on the north side. City of Ann Arbor parking structure on South 5th Avenue, William and Maynard, north of Michigan Stadium. On street parking in a lot of select neighborhoods, you can park there. Make sure to check your on-street parking restrictions though. At the University of Michigan has this on their website at mcoblue.com. You can find all this information there. But there is also a lot of other things to go do while you're in Michigan, in Ann Arbor today and tomorrow if you're in town for the weekend. A lot of sporting events, a lot of free sporting events. So yesterday you had baseball and softball. Hopefully some of you all checked that out last night. Today you got 3 free admissions to water polo, women's tennis versus Iowa, and men's tennis versus Michigan State. And then baseball and softball taking Ohio State, Nebraska. Again, both those at 2 o'clock. So pretty much right after the spring, right around that time, spring game ends starts. And then tomorrow, if you're in town still in Ann Arbor, women's tennis takes on Nebraska. That's free. Women's lacrosse takes on Northwestern at noon too. So that's what time the tennis match starts. That's also free. And then baseball and softball take on Ohio State and Nebraska at 1 o'clock. So hopefully you guys get down there, have made it down there safely, and are having a good time, and just waiting to be back in the big house. Wish I was there. All right. So just a few more close-up topics I just wanted to go through and talk about. Just to close up here. So Red Wings, talk about them for a second just because we have the time. This Red Wings killed themselves, shot themselves in the foot, had a huge lead. Philly also kind of screwed us over, but it really wasn't the reason we missed the playoffs. We had a huge lead going to like a month ago, month and a half ago. Can't talk, can't really care about what happens at that rate. At the end of that game, when the Flyers pulled their goalie, even though they'd already been eliminated, when we blew 11 out of 15 games to end the stretch. That's why we missed the playoff, not because of the Philadelphia Flyers pulling their goalie, but it still was a very, very hard, painful thing to watch. And it's fun to blame the Flyers because John Tortorella is just a human, a very bad human, I feel. Not really, but I don't know the dude. It's a joke. Just upset by that still. Let's see. Dusty May has come out on fire and was spitting fire yesterday. Huge commitment from Justin Pippen, son of Scottie Pippen, the NBA legend. And then North Texas transfer guard Reuben Jones also committed to Michigan yesterday. He had just 12.1 points per game last season. And I believe what I read, he was like some crazy amount, I think 41% 3-point shooter, which is also will be big for us. Already like what I'm seeing by him. George Washington, the third announced while we were off that he was coming back to play with Dusty May's team. So Dusty May's making the right moves. We did lose Terrace Reed. Terrace Reed ended up going over to Kentucky, but not Kentucky, Connecticut. I'm sorry. So it should be I'm excited already. It's a Dusty May's making moves already. I'm excited to see what happens, and hopefully it doesn't let us down too bad. What else is there to talk about? Let's see. Real quick. The Michigan Panthers have started the season 2-1. EJ Perry and Sims have been the connection to look at. Marcus Sims, those two have been dialed in all year together. Looking to make it 3-1 today as they take on San Antonio tonight at 7 Eastern time. I'm excited to watch it. Go Panthers! I'm more excited to watch this football game. But speaking of football, I forgot it is in our ticker. Um, your the NCAA announced today, this morning, or last night. I don't really know. I think it was this morning. Came to a decision that starting this next season in 2024 is the same season that everything else starts. We are uh, going to be seeing the 2-minute warning put into play, which I'm not. I'm pretty against that, honestly. I'm not really a huge fan of the 2-minute warning, but um, the helmet comms, we all know that the helmet comms come from something that was done um, at the University of Michigan over the past, I don't know, say 3 years. With counter stallions, whatever, helmets communications need to come, and we made it happen. Cool. Um, did we do what we did? Yes. Is it as bad as what people want? No. We are not. I promise you that we everyone's still saying, oh, they're going to drop the hammer. They're going to drop the hammer. No, there's not going to be any hammer drop, guys. So uh, it won't happen. I'm excited, though. I'm really excited about the helmet comms. Sorry, that's where I was going there. The helmet comms, it's been something that needed to happen in college football. Why is it 2024 and the NFL has it, but college football still wants to use the old way, but then want to get mad when someone takes advantage of it? And I don't think the NCAA is horribly mad at Michigan. Like I said, I don't think there will be any so-called hammer dropping. Um, but we'll see. It'll be interesting to. I mean, we're not clear of it. I'm hoping that it stays the way that a lot of us Michigan fans are thinking, um, and we don't get into any big trouble over this all. Um, but guys, like I said, it was going to be a quick show today. I'm sitting here already reeling, especially. Um, so, congratulations also, whoops, for quick before we leave. Congratulations to Brent Summers or Sumner or Summer. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. He won the tournament challenge and the gift card. Um, so, congratulations to him. But guys, thank you for everything y'all do for us. We ask just give us a share, retweet, um, and we will also one last announcement. We're gonna do what we did last year. Now that college football is and everything is kind of off, we're gonna take a hiatus for the summer. Um, we'll do one more show next week, kind of recapping what we've seen over uh, the 3-4 hours of football we see today from the University of Michigan. And then after that, we will be back in August. So we are going to take that summer break that we took last year, um, just because there's not a lot to talk about Michigan wise. And if something big happens or if the Tigers start kicking off and absolutely destroying things, we'll get on and talk and do a show. But it's not going to be an all week thing, every week thing, how it's been since the start of this August. Um, but again, guys, thank you for all you do. Sorry again for the short show today. Um, Ben says he's sorry for having a dinosaur of a computer. Happy 420 and go blue.